So we're back on the JCB stand, and I've the delight to join me Poppy Burrow. She's the product specialist for the Fast Track range. Obviously JCB has had the Fast Track in its portfolio for a number of years now. Could you just give us a bit of an overview of where the product's developed to now?
Yeah, so we've got some great examples of the Fast Track here with us at LAMMA 2024. We've got some models from all of our range, 8000, 4000, 4000 utility. Like you say, we've had Fast Track going since 1991, and our most recent update is the Fast Track Icon, and that's a new operating system that's across the whole range of our Fast Track. So we've got some great examples within the machines and on the freestanding units over there, so we can have a look in a bit more detail.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, obviously the Fast Track Icon has been a development from its previous 4000 and 8000 series. What additional features have you gained and what have you brought into the portfolio for that?
So when we launched Icon, we went with 3 very clear principles. So we've got iConfigure, and that's a creation of a bespoke environment. So that's the setup of your control profile and your work profile. So that's saving the features onto your joysticks and your spool levers. We've then got Agriconnect, and that's the integration of precision agricultural technology. So we've got fully integrated GPS and isobus now. And finally, we've got iControl, which is redefining the way you drive the tractor. So now we don't have drive modes, it's seamless changing between whether you want to drive on the joystick, the foot pedal, or our thumb roller.
No, that's great. And obviously, this is quite a versatile machine on farm. You've got a lot of flexibility with the product. Behind us, obviously, you've got a sprayer configuration. What other things do you also offer within that portfolio of vehicles?
So we've got a good display here at LAMMA. Like you say, we've got the mounted LAMMA sprayer, which makes use of our rear deck thanks to our mid-mounted cab, sort of increasing the productivity and the versatility of the tractor, meaning they can be used all year round. Behind us as well, we've got the tractor with the front loader on, which is controlled through our auxiliary joystick. We've got the utility tractor on offer as well, so for those municipality and highway applications, so often we'll see a rear-mounted mower or a front-mounted mower on those, salt spreading on the main roads throughout Europe. And we've also got the 8000 here, which is our higher horsepower tractor, so that sits in the 330 horsepower bracket, and is sold mostly into our North American and Pacific regions. So we cover 200 horsepower in the smaller range and 330 in the larger range.
And obviously, like this Fast Track product has been on the market for a while, and I'd say traditionally, from my point of view, it's always been viewed as a road vehicle. Transport has been its core focus. With the developments that you've brought into the marketplace now, would you say that it fits just as comfortably in the field as it does on the road, and what sorts of changes have you brought in to bring that about?
Absolutely, the Fast Track is very much suited to whatever application you want to apply it to, whether that's on the road or in the field. We obviously offer a CVT gearbox, so it's very suited, very premium offering in that respect. And the applications you'll see, because like we were saying with that mid-mounted cab, we've got the extra room for the ballast weight if necessary, but thanks to our suspension system, it means we perform just as well in the field as we've got excellent traction.
That's great. And obviously, like a lot of operators and farm businesses are looking for technological developments within the tractors. They want to be the most up to date, whether it's field management, software, and obviously data management. Have you started pooling all that into one platform now? And how's that working?
Like I was saying, with the updates we've made with the Icon operating software, we now have fully integrated GPS, and the files can be taken off of that via USB and imported into whatever farm management software system the operator or the business owner is using.
And so what makes the Fast Track such a versatile performer for you in JCB?
So as we were saying, the Fast Track's very much built for both agricultural and roading. It really is an all-rounder in that respect. So in terms of ABS, it's obviously got all-round braking system, all-round suspension, meaning it's both really fast, so 60k in the 4000 and 70k in the 8000. Meaning you can get to sites quicker, you've got that speed that allows for more productivity, but the safety that comes with that speed as well with the braking system is unrivaled. On top of that, it's a really versatile tractor because of our additional mounting point on the rear, as you'll see with the LAMMA sprayer. That is a a mounting point that other tractors can't offer. And they can be utilised in terms of mowers, sprayers, all of the additional implements in that respect. This means that the Fast Track is a really good all-round tractor, all year round as well. It can be used in all applications.
Yeah, and I suppose there's some little other key features that you benefit with a Fast Track, I suppose, and that's the fact you've got 2-wheel, 4-wheel steer options, so you can use it effectively like this is set up as a self-propelled sprayer unit that can be moved around farm to farm quite efficiently.
Exactly, and like you say, as it's acting now as a self-propelled sprayer unit, it doesn't mean it can just be used for spraying, parked up for the rest of the year. That sprayer is really efficient to take on and off. You're talking about 15 minutes to fully rig this up, and then you've got a tractor for the rest of the year that can be used on whatever implement, making it, like I said, just really emphasising the idea of how versatile it is.
So obviously the Fast Track has a lot of range of unique features to the machine, and the 4-wheel steer is quite an important factor in its manoeuvrability on farm and in field. What other things have you got in this tractor now, updates wise, that are bringing it to the next level in its field, to be honest?
Yeah, so like you say, on the 4000 series, we do have that 4-wheel steering mode. And we've made lots of other updates as well for the Fast Track icon. So I think it's best if we take a look through the screen now and see those changes.
That's great, thank you.
So as I said, we've made some really clear updates with the icon operating system. And visually, when you get in the cab of the machine, there's a clear difference. We've got our 12-inch display here that's very clear, very quick, with 5 main run screens. But on top of that, we've also upgraded this entire armrest. So we've got high quality plastics and cast aluminium, allowing for really rugged durability, but still with a premium and ergonomic design. Everything falls to hand easily and is accessible without an overwhelming amount of information. All of the information you see on the screen is a tile-based system. So if you want to access more information, such as hydraulics, you simply tap and you can change your settings in here. So really simple. As we were saying, one of the main points of Icon is iConfigure, and this is the creation of a bespoke operator environment. And this is where work profiles come into it. So on the top left of the screen here, we'll go through into our work profile, which shows all of the controls you can set up to ensure that everything falls to your fingertips. So you've got 5 buttons on your main joystick, plus 4 buttons on your auxiliary joystick, plus proportional control on both axis and this thumb roller here. Assigning the functions is as simple as tapping the function you want and dragging and dropping to the box you want it on. So I've just assigned my rear PTO control to button 2. We also have these round buttons here which show the proportional controls, and if you click on these you can see the functions you can assign here. If you had a machine with a front hitch, you'd also be able to assign that for really fine feathering control of that. Spool levers don't have any fixed position, and these are RGB backlit spool controls. You'll see at the moment this is the setup I have it in, but again, like my joysticks, I'll just drag and drop to replace the colours I want to ensure that my controls are always falling to hand. The setup of these controls is saved under your work profiles. So at the moment, we've got one called LAMMA 2024, and this means whenever I jump in the tractor and activate this control profile, all of these functions will be saved and they'll come back where I've left them, meaning when you next get in the machine with that implement or operator, you won't need to set it up again. Everything just falls at hand, saving time and making everything more productive and more efficient. It's also compatible with Isobus, so if you've got an Isobus implement attached to your tractor, you can also assign all of your Isobus controls onto these buttons as well, again making it a really ergonomic and streamlined design without having to have an additional joystick or control box to assign any functions of the implement you've got in the back. Alongside these controls that we've just gone through, the work profile will also save your tractor settings, for instance, hydraulic flow rates, your engine RPMs, your rear hitch information, Again, just ensuring every time you jump in that machine, assign that control profile, you're picking up where you left off last time you were in the tractor. And you can save up to 50 of these, ensuring that every implement and every operator can jump in and get going as soon as possible. The next update we made for Icon is Agriconnect, and that's the integration of precision agricultural technology, so GPS and Isobus. Our GPS system is fully integrated, utilising a JCB developed interface, so everything you operate with in here is very familiar to all of the other screens that we've just looked at through the control profiles and the work profiles. We offer integrated Isobus as well, so you can see whatever Isobus implement you've got in the rear of the tractor. And we offer 3 views of this throughout the GPS screen. So you've got your full screen GPS, your UT terminal for Isobus, plus true split screen, allowing you to see the relevant information at all times without having to flick through the screens. So again, a fully configurable environment as you've got the screen set up to how you need it, as well as all of your controls, making it a really bespoke operator environment. Finally is iControl, and that's redefining the way you drive. We don't have drive modes anymore. You quite simply drive the machine how you want it. You can utilise this thumb roller in the centre, as you'll see on the screen, which allows really fine speed control. You can engage your joystick, and you'll see here that it will switch to joystick mode. So push forward to speed up, pull back to slow down. And thirdly, you can use your foot pedal to control the machine as well. You don't need to make any changes in the screen. You quite literally drive the machine how you want it.
Another thanks to Poppy, and now I'm joined by Ben Mansfield, Product Manager for Telehandlers for JCB, and Ben's going to just give us a bit of a broader overview on the new previews that we've got behind us, if that's okay.
Yeah, thank you, James. So welcome to the telehandler section for the load-all range of machines that we have here on the LAMMA stand. A number of new machines and a number of preview machines, the first of which is behind us, and that's the 542-100. This is our new tallest reaching machine within our load-all range. So we call it 542-100, 4.2 tons, and in the 10 metre lift height capacity, although it's a 9.8 metres lift height that it will reach to, particularly aimed at the straw and bale sector of the market where they're stacking higher. The increase in lift capacity versus the old model, the 53695, gives you that confidence and stability when stacking on those really large, tall straw stacks. But also in grain as well, with a pusher on, you've got that extra reach and extra capacity within the machine. But we've maintained it being a small machine. It's still in the light footprint, small size machine. If you're working in the field, bedding down carrots or something, you're still a light, small machine working on the headlands. So it's keeping it compact, but giving it better capacity and taller reach at height.
And with regards to the previous models that you've had in the range, have you had to make any engineering adjustments to its chassis size or anything like that, just to give it that extra stability at those slightly higher and heavier working heights?
Yeah, so it's a new chassis and also a new boom with new lift end geometry. So the carriage end of the machine, the crowd and dump angles have been changed and improved to get more from the machine. The lift position is also different to give that extra lift height and a longer boom as well. So it looks similar, but a lot has changed on the machine. We've also added in an additional engine horsepower. So the highest in the range would be the Agri Pro, which we have behind us, and that has 173 horsepower and 690 newton meters of torque from a 4.8 litre JCB engine. So this is the top of the range, all singing, all dancing, the one to have if you're in the professional high-end straw contracting businesses.
And I suppose if you're somebody moving to JCB or even a familiar user of JCB, cab-wise, do we see anything new in developments in the cab? You know, what's the operator environment like, and have you got any additional features in there?
Yeah, absolutely. So for a current user, the cab is very familiar and consistent to what they'd be used to on a similar sized JCB load-all. But this machine does bring with it some new additional features, which you can see here on the stand. So an integrated reverse camera and side camera to give better visibility around the machine, and also a wayload system, which works through our telematics live link to give you reporting over the cloud as well. So it captures that data and stores it to give you better traceability, tracking, knowledge of what's going on with the machine remotely as well.
And I suppose looking at a machine like this, the operators are going to be a very professional user. They're going to want to travel distances to the jobs. What sort of transport speeds and also what transmission options have you got in this particular machine?
So in the 542-100, all of the different sub-models, so Agri Super, Agri Extra and Agri Pro, all come with the JCB dual-tech variable transmission. This is our half hydrostatic, half direct mechanical drive unit, and this particular model, the Agri Pro, will go up to a top speed of 50 kilometers an hour. The other two are both 40 kilometer an hour machines. Okay. So for increased distance on road, increased productivity and efficiency, getting between different locations, the Agri Pro would be the machine of choice. Okay, so standout features on this particular machine. A new pebble guard on the roof, falling small pebbles when bringing down bales, that protects against any smashes on the windscreen. This particular machine is also equipped with air trailer brakes, again enabling you to do more with this machine. It's not just a load all, but it can tow down the road or shunt trailers as required. Yeah,
so I suppose, although it's a high capacity machine, it's offering a bit of versatility for the end user as well.
Absolutely, multi-purpose. The straw season for some is only a couple of months. This is still a very, very excellent all-round telehandler for the other 9 months of the year, potentially.
And obviously, usability in grain stores and silos and things like that, has it still got the pushing capacity and ability that you would need and demands for those kinds of uses as well?
Absolutely, loads of tractive effort through the dual-tech variable transmission. Great for pushing, whether that is working in a grain store or perhaps just loading muck and working. This machine has plenty of pushing power to keep the farmer going on with the job, definitely.
No, that's brilliant, Ben. And I think we're going to just move on to a couple of other products in your range as well, if that's all right with you.
Let's go.
So looking at the more compact end of your loader range, load all range, you've got the 530.60. Where's that sitting? And obviously it's a new product to you. Where's that sitting in the range for you?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is our compact crossover range. So this is our large power machine. It's an Agri Super, which means it comes with 130 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque, coupled to a 40 kilometer an hour hydrostat machine, but in a small package. This machine can be configured to be less than 2 meters by 2 meters. So if you're working inside poultry sheds where the drinkers and feeders are raised up to that 2 meter mark, this machine is perfectly capable of bulldozing through the litter underneath, pushing up all that muck, keeping it under the limit that's needed, but with plenty of pushing power to work. So particularly around intensive, large scale but small space farming, this is the perfect machine for those applications.
And so what sort of lift capacity and lift reach does it achieve with this machine?
So the machine will lift up 3 tons and it will go to 6 meters. So for loading into high-sided bulk wagons for that chicken litter, it's perfectly capable of emptying out those sheds and working, keeping it inside and outside, doing all the jobs in one.
Okay. For user-friendly usability inside the cab, still a familiar operating environment across the JCB range. Is that something that we see with this particular model?
Absolutely. This cab is shared, is common with our compact machine, the 52560. So for a compact current customer, this could give the opportunity to increase the horsepower but keep the machine small with a familiar cab that they're used to.
Okay. And also with this particular range, have you had any other engineering additions? You know, have we gained anything in chassis size, or is there anything in overall features that you can see differently across the range?
There are a number of different features built into the machine, but it's all about keeping it small. So chassis size and things are all consistent with the previous versions of this machine, but we've kept everything small. So things like this mirror, it's within the width of the machine. So working in narrow sheds, keeping things small and tight. So all the features around the machine are intentionally around keeping it small and well protected when it's working in confined spaces.
No, that's great. Thank you very much for that, Ben.
No problem.
We'll move on to the next.
Let's move on.
So we've moved down to the more compact end of the JCB handler range. And can you just give us a bit of a run through of what we've got behind us here, Ben?
Yeah, so this is our smallest machine in the range, the 51440, 1,400 kilos lift capacity, 4 meters of lift height. But the total machine size is a little over 1.8 meters tall and a little over 1.5 meters wide. So this is a put it in your pocket kind of end of the load-all range. Intentionally very small, lightweight as well, can be trailer towed, so going between different locations, it gives you that opportunity to increase the flexibility that you have with the machine, but still loading it at 4 meters high, very capable, intentionally small machine.
I suppose that ability to load onto a trailer and move about gives it an addition benefit for transport moving farm to farm.
Yeah, absolutely. And it also gives us an opportunity to sell to perhaps a different customer base or somebody that wouldn't necessarily think that they would be in the category of a telehandler, maybe they're compact loader tractor type of customer. So it gives us the opportunity to sell to more people, but also allow more people to own JCB products.
No, that's great. That's fantastic, Ben. Thanks for giving us a short overview on this, and we will move on to our next product.
No problem.
So behind us, we've now got the 560.80. It's been in your product range for a few years. What new additions have you brought through in this preview one that we've got on the stand here?
Yeah, so what we're previewing here is the Agri Pro version of this machine. This is the ultimate in productivity and performance because it comes with the 173 horsepower JCB engine. Again, the same as the other Agri Pro, 690 Newton meters of torque from a 4.8 litre JCB engine. So plenty of pushing power, rehandling grain, biomass, wood chip, you name it, anything that is big, heavy and bulky agricultural produce that needs moving, this is the machine to have.
And obviously this is a preview machine. We've got a couple of machines that we've previously covered that are either new products and also other previews. When are we likely to see this in the marketplace? And obviously when are the other products likely to be seen in the marketplace?
So the new machines are current production now and available on farm. The two preview machines will be coming out into production during the summer.
That's great. And obviously, if anybody around the show today wants to come and see JCB, where will we find you?
Yeah, please come and find us in Hall 17 to find out more.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for your time, Ben.
Thank you.